asked his girlfriend Rosario Dawson why his girlfriend likes Bernie more than him. This is the throwing themselves on the railroad tracks they promised? No, it's not, because there's no train. No, this is Democrats throwing themselves. This is Cory Booker throwing himself on the railroad track after the train killed like 30 fucking families and then passed by, and he knows there's no new train coming. And it's crazy that, oh God, liberals are eating, dude. Liberals are eating this. We all laughed at him, but who's laughing now?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even like Cory Booker, but this is exactly the kind of performance shit Democrats should have been doing when there's more substantial option available. Also, this is why it's nice to have senators under the age of 70. I mean, that is true.
Chair does not wish to take away from this moment, but I think the best way to honor this great accomplishment to our guests in the gallery, to make a rare exception and let you stand to show your appreciation, I will not constrain my fellow senators.
Thank you. I'm Chuck Schumer. I have yielded for a question, and you asked me, did I know? I know now. I want to not quite wrap this up yet. I don't want to wrap this up yet. My mom's senator. My mom's been watching. I know Catherine Cortez Masto has a podium in front of her. She can give me a rest. I'd like to go a little further if we can, just a little further. I love, and again, I know people are trying to train each other, and all of our media operations, they give the worst images of the people of the other party. But I want to tell you, one of the funny tweets my staff gave me is something Ted Cruz said. Is he's around 19, 20 hours, he said, maybe I should pull a fire alarm. He's going to break my record. I'm going to pause in a moment.
How is this a filibuster if it's not filibustering anything? Is it just yapping? Yes, it is.
My mother, but I do want to just say again, 2 points to make if I can. One is how grateful I am.
So do you hate this stuff? Because I don't know personally.
When we decided to do this
the only thing
ago,
that I get annoyed by is that Democrats think this is a pure optics play, which is fine. I don't have an issue with a pure optics play. Okay? But Democrats, like the base, will get really excited at this and will go, oh, okay, you've given us nothing, but we're happy that you're at least like...
You can touch upon. When you're on attack, you ban and defend.
The administrative apparatus that is responsible for mass deportations unironically came out and said, we actually made a mistake. Holy fuck. These guys are literally just trying to play catch up and defend. They are outflanking ICE. They're saying, yeah, ICE is some woke nonsense, actually. This story is fucking insane. It's insane because it's indicative of the attitude that the administration has demonstrated towards their mass deportation policies. It is insane because it's even happening. It's insane that... What? You got banned again? What do you mean? No? It's insane every step of the way. Are you typing with the screen off and audio off? Yeah. In any case, here is Cory Booker.
Deficits in the trillions and trillions of dollars? Or are we going to do something different like John Lewis would call us to do? He would call us...
We're in the final 5 minutes of Cory Booker breaking the record that previously was held by segregationist Strom Thurmond against the Civil Rights Act.
John, don't hate each other.
He is now at 100,000 live viewers.
Hate them. I said this about the presiding elder. Different parties, But he showed me an act of kindness during this speech. He and I have talked about energy policy. He has amazing ideas. I want to partner with him. Don't hate anybody. Did the folks in Birmingham,
Couple to them?
Martin Luther King, Fred Shuttlesworth, Dorothea Cotton, James Bevel, did they bring bigger dogs and bigger fire hoses to match the sheriff's? Bull Connor, thank you. I've been standing here a long time. They didn't do that. They were creative artists of activism. They called.
Dude, libs are going crazy mode over this, by the way. They're locked in. They're dialed in. They love this. 140,000 on the Associated Press. The one good thing about this, I will say, the one good thing about this is that there is appetite for a lot of people. There is appetite from a lot of people that want to see Democrats do something, anything. Now, of course, this is still, you know, it's an optics play in general. And I hope the lessons that the Democrats learn from this isn't make an optics play with no tangible results, but instead to actually recognize that people are very angry, people have a lot of resentment towards this administration, and to organize and to mobilize. I do fear that liberals will only learn the wrong lesson from this.
But as long as this is a democracy, that we can still protect the power of the people is greater than the people in power if they use their power. As a great African-American woman author once said, the most common way people give up their power is not realizing they have it in the first place. I've been calling out names, folks, to tell them they have power. I read the stories of Deanna, of Wendy and Cassie, of Tanya, of Cameron, of Jean, of Susan, of Edna, of Randy, of Dylan, of Teresa, of Pamela, of Sally, of Mike, of Carol, of Rosemary, of Danielle, of Judith, of Elizabeth, of Sandra, Alicia, Maggie, Nibel, Laura, Michael, Robin, Mary, Allison, Ash, Roseanne, Carrie, Samantha P., Raphael, Will, Anthony, Sean, and so many more. I read their stories here because while we were elected, they are the power of our country. I've made mistakes. We all have. Both parties have a lot of mistakes to account for. The ballast of this country, what will anchor us to our ideals, what will call us to new heights, lift our heads, lift our hopes, what will call us to rise is each other. We need each other. We need a greater love in this country. We need a greater fight in this country. We need a greater determination. We can't act as if this is normal times. These people's stories that I wrote were calling out for help. Senator, help me. Someone help me. I'm in danger of losing my health care. Someone help me. I'm a veteran. Look what happened to me. It's not fair. I fought for this country. Help me, help me. I'm worried about my Social Security, and the rural office I go to is being closed. Help. People calling out for help. And what Americans do when people are calling out for help? They built an infrastructure. The greatest project ever, called it the Underground Railroad, where Quakers, white folks, joined with black folks to shuttle people to freedom. What did they do when people were worried and fearful? They called people together from across our country. Let's have a conference. Let's go to Seneca Falls. What did they do when they faced violence? Well, look at the people at Stonewall who stood up, who pushed back, who organized, who won. What do they do when the dogs are unleashed on us, the fire hose are unleashed on us? Look at what they did in Selma.
He's loving this, dude.
I'm getting close to a record, folks, but there's a room here in the Senate named after Strom Thurmond. To hate him is wrong.
No, it's
maybe
okay.
My ego got too caught up that if I stood here, maybe, just maybe I could break this record. Of the man who tried to stop the rights upon which I stand. I'm not here, though, because of his speech. I'm here despite his speech. I'm here because as powerful as he was, the people were more powerful.
Like, the irony is that Strom Thurmond did that for a specific purpose, right? So that, you know, people like Cory Booker, black people, would never be able to, you know, would never have the same liberties as white people.
Decades later, he was a congressman.
Like, Cory Booker's doing this right now in this very moment against no bill, no policy.
I heard about this story when I was in the car in Georgia with him.
It is so.
What did you do, John? This man that so viciously beat you.
Perfectly Democrat Party, like modern day Democrat Party. By the way, Strom was also a Democrat, ironically enough, a Dixiecrat.
What did you do? And a good Christian man of faith, simply said, every one of us needs mercy.
Randy Fine won.
Every one of us needs redemption.
Against Josh
I forgave
Whale.
him. I hugged him. We wept. And I looked at the boy.
Damn, they came in fucking close.
John?
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
All right, search Rosario Dawson on Twitter. Cory Booker just